Hey, it's Mike from AKLU. Let's talk about rules. We just released the newest version of the AKLU's rules, and I wanted to talk to you about them for just a couple of minutes here. The American Kettlebell Lifters Union is the governing body for kettlebell sport in the United States of America and the representative to the World Kettlebell Sport Federation. As that national representative and the American Federation, we have to follow international standards to include anti-doping, Olympic and UNESCO tenets, and more importantly, we have to govern and grow the sport here in the USA. Part of doing that is to produce the world's best team that we can. The absolute top lifters is our USA national team, and our rules enable that as well. We also wanted to make sure that when we wrote these rules, we reflected the state of sport in the United States, because at the end of the day, reality and the rules need to come together. We can't just write rules that we think are a great idea, but doesn't really reflect how American lifters want to lift and have their lifting experience. Core values across the AKLU's rules, sanctioning, and tables programs are CIA: consistency, integrity, and accountability. When we say consistency, we mean that when a lifter walks in, the rules prescribe that a sanctioned event will have a certain kind of gear, a high quality facility experience, medical equipment on site for you, climate control, parking, information about where your local amenities are. We want to make sure that there's things like working bathrooms. Yeah, it's happened. So we want to make sure that when you go to an AKLU sanctioned event, you know that that meet host has set up a consistent lifting experience for you. We wanted to make sure that you had integrity in your lifting experience and in your competition. That meant consistent, understandable, and transparent lifting standards, judges who are independent from the meet host, as well as trained and within the code of ethics of the AKLU chief judge. The AKLU chief judge is also independent from the board and is in charge of that judge's cohort to maintain the highest levels of integrity possible. We wanted to make sure that the rules and the tables were all presented to you and that they were developed with you as our members. Accountability is our final tenet, and make sure to get you the accountable environment that you want. The AKLU is run by a volunteer elected board. Nobody here is getting paid to be on the board. Nobody in the AKLU came to the board other than through one path, and that's being elected by the lifters. We are here to answer to you. We are fully accountable to you. These rules were written by our lifters. When we set forth the rules committee, we intended to have as broad a swath of American kettlebell lifters as possible. We had professionals, we had amateurs, we had marathoners, we had 5-minute lifters and 10-minute lifters, we had men and women all on that rules committee. It was written by the lifters for the lifters. These rules are your rules. Nobody but us together wrote these rules. These rules were ratified by an elected board. The AKLU board is elected. Members serve on rotating terms elected by you, the members. We answer to you. It wasn't a person writing these rules arbitrarily. It wasn't a group who wrote these rules based on their own interpretation of standards. These were written by the AKLU members and ratified by an elected volunteer board. The AKLU is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 and we post our financial statements out there for all to see. You should take a look at them. We're pretty proud of how much we service our lifters with every dollar that comes in. When we take a look at our rules, they are designed to be in line with WKSF standards as much as we possibly could. WKSF is the representative on the global level into the Olympic and Olympic peripheral groups. And we wanted to make sure that we were lining up as a pipeline for our lifters to do that. AKLU's rules are here for you, and AKLU is available to help you throughout your lifting experience. We're by the lifters, we're for the lifters. These rules are yours. We're really proud of them. We hope to see you at an AKLU sanctioned event soon. And remember, if you want the best lifting experience, you lift with AKLU.